morning, everybody. Good morning from Raincross Farms Makery. I am Robin, and I am your hostess today for the Craft Round the Clock segment. And welcome. Come on into our craft studio. Again, my name is Robin. Behind the camera and computer, you will hear but not see is my husband, Bill. And we are coming to you just outside of Lewiston, Idaho. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me pull this up on my phone so I can see it closer. And when you join us, say hello. Let us know you're here. Hey, Liana. If you're new, let us know where you're watching from. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a great craft today. It's pretty easy, but it's adorable. So let's see, anybody else watching that has checked in yet? We would so appreciate it. All of the video hostesses, anybody who does Facebook Lives, can really use your help by loving or liking our page, following our page, and sprinkling out our video to your public page or to a craft group you belong to, or even to a crafty friend that you think might be interested in this. We so appreciate that. That helps us with Facebook, and we appreciate your support. We also have our stars activated, and we so appreciate our star donators. Hello, Lisa. Thank you so much for sprinkling. Hello, Patty. Hopefully our stream is better than it was last night. But Bill did say that the replay from last night, there weren't all those glitches on it. So feel free to watch the replay. Hey, today's project came to me. I'm not sure. I love it, but it could be tricky sometimes. I have friends, followers who watch me, and they will be out scouring Pinterest or other things, and they will send me photos of projects, and they'll say, you ought to do this. And this is one of those things my friend Karen, I believe it was Karen, sent me. She said, you need to make these cats. So I thought, okay, I'll make those cats. That does not mean I am up for every challenge that comes to me, but this one I think I can do. So let's see. Hello, Melissa. Thank you so much for watching and for sprinkling, and thank you so much for those stars. Hello, Tracy. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Lisa, for sprinkling. Did I miss any? Lots of people watching. Pop on, say hello. Anyway, so I tasked my husband. I said, I need some wood pieces like this. So he got, what is this, a 1x4? Some scrap?
I just had scrap. I don't
Scrap,
know.
but it's basically 1x4, right? No, 1x5s. So anything could be a 2x4. Anyway, so he got 3 lengths of this. This is just scrap, and he cut this. Is that 90 degrees? No, whatever. Doesn't matter. 245s. Okay,
So 90,
that's what he did. So he gave me some little cat ears. So we are going to paint these up, and we are going to turn these into Halloween black cats.
And those are obviously scrap. I mean, there's paint on them.
Yep, there's paint, and it's all okay. So let's get to getting. And I'm going to paint with chalk paint. This is Waverly brand, and the color is ink. It's just black. Any kind of chalk paint. You can use acrylic paint too. Acrylic paint takes longer to dry. That's why I like using chalk paint. It dries faster, it adheres really well, covers really well, and the brand name so much. I'm gonna be smart, and I'm gonna start on my edges. The brand, just about any craft store has a brand of chalk paint. I haven't noticed a huge difference between them. I think this is Walmart's brand. Sheila? Welcome. Yes, it was a cute idea. Oops, and I just stuck my finger in the paint that's what I get for not paying attention. I don't have to, I'm going to sand off the edges, so I'm not worried too much about Perfect, perfect coverage. But I am going to get all 4 edges, and I am a big proponent in paint the backs of your projects. Even if no one's going to see it, somebody might see it and you'll know. Tell me if you agree. If you either purchase craft items or make craft items to sell, do you finish the backs? And if you purchase them, does it make a difference to you if the backs are finished? I always think it kind of looks a little more professional when the back is finished and not just kind of left half done. Okay, so there is my big cat. Let me go to my medium cat. I'm going to come back and I'll paint the back. Hey. Patty, hello, welcome. Yes to backs. Good for you. Good for you. It just takes an extra minute or two. And I just think if I was at a craft show or in a store buying something and I was trying to choose between 2 things and one of them had an unfinished back and one of them was finished, I would think the finished one was a little more desirable. Okay, so again, we are, if you're just popping on, we are going to make some black cats. Isn't that a firecracker?
Mm-hmm.
Fireworks, black cats.
Brand name.
Brand name. Okay. So this is just scrap wood. It could be good wood too, but this is just scrap wood we had laying around in the garage. And Bill took some rectangles and cut. Doesn't matter. There, he said 245-degree angles. Not crucial.
In fact, when I was doing it, I really thought I don't want them actually.
You might kind of want them a little awkward, a little wonky, because they're cats, right? Lisa says yes to the backs. Good, good. I am preaching to the choir here. Even if it's just for you. I know you might think, oh, it's just, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to put it up. No one's going to see the back. Even for yourself, do the backs. That's my soapbox for today.
Is that the only one?
Well,
so far.
So far.
So far. All right.
So far. Okay. And this isn't a super smooth cut. This isn't super fancy work on my husband's part, but that's perfect for this because this is going to be rustic, which is what I call things that aren't perfect. We call them rustic. And the chunkier the wood, actually, the better. We actually have some old barn wood. That would have been awesome too.
It's
it's
so
out-
dry,
it's-
it sucks up the paint real bad. You'd have to coat it 2 or 3 times to get it started.
Maybe. Okay. I've got the first coat on the tops. Let me dry those up and then turn them over and do the backs. Like I said, loud. Okay, so tell me, do you decorate for Halloween? How many of you decorate for Halloween? I don't too much. Well, I definitely don't much anymore because it's just Bill and I. When the kids were little, we did a little bit of decorating for Halloween. Where we live, we don't get any trick-or-treaters, so I just really don't decorate for Halloween. But these are some really cute crafts. So tell me, do you decorate inside or outside for Halloween? You do. Okay, Bill. Hello. Okay. Is it Shelia? I don't want to be mispronouncing your name. For All Saints Day. So, how do you decorate for All Saints Day, Bill? Okay, and it's not perfectly covered. I can see some missing spots. That's okay, because I'm gonna probably sand a lot of this off anyway. So let me turn these over and quickly paint up the backs. And then we are going to do I am going to experiment with a process that I've seen, but I haven't done it before. But there are going to be simpler ways to finish these up than what I'm going to show you. Hello, okay, hello Cheryl. Patty doesn't have room to do much decorating. Oh, but you're doing crafting too, though. I know that. I see you on your lives doing that. Good morning, Cheryl. I did some of this last year for Halloween. These cats are so yes, super cute, super easy. If you didn't have wood or you didn't have a way to cut wood, you could make these out of foam board. That would look cute too. That's something you could cut with a craft knife. Even people who aren't big on cats can get in on the fun in this one. Yes. Yes. And we just do a bit of Halloween. It is pronounced like Sheila. It is Sheila. Okay. Awesome. Now I know, and I will probably forget the next time, and I'll probably ask you again. And you know, I was an elementary school teacher for 20 some odd years, and the hardest thing was learning the names of the kids and learning how to pronounce the names. And got it. By Thanksgiving, I knew all their names. Okay, so got that painted. I'm going to put that in some water. I'm going to need this again, but I'm going to put the lid on. Let's dry these up. Cheryl has real black cats. I don't know that you'd be able to get them to hold still. A white cat. And sometimes he's brown, she's brown, she goes out and rolls in the dirt. The black cat. We used to have two of them. Okay, so quick dry. That didn't take very long. And for the most part, this is good and dry. And then we're going to sand off a lot of this paint we just put on. You don't have to do that. But if you want that rustic look, which is what I'm going for, but if you want a nice, clean, finished look, first cat after we were married was all black. What a sweetie. Was our cat black?
White.
She was white, okay. That was Grublet. Grublet was white.
Grublet was white.
Okay. Okay, so these are dry. Now I'm going to get my sanding block. Okay, this is, you can get these at the Dollar Tree. You can get them at hardware stores, Home Depot type stores. Okay, I love black cats, pumpkins, witches, cutesy stuff. Oh, you're a Crafter on the Clock host. You love real black cats. They are the sweetest. Yes, I always worried about our black cats around Halloween when we lived in the city. But they always came home safe. Okay, so sanding block, and I'm just going to sand off the edges and maybe even some down the middle. Some leverage here. Severely, oh no, he loves cats. We had some guests here at our house just this Sunday night, and She's allergic to dogs, and wouldn't you know, our dogs loved her. They wanted to be all over her. I think she survived, but me too. We have the neighbor's cats visit. That's good. Well, these are some black cats that are hypoallergenic. Okay. So I am really giving this a pretty good sanding, and I don't care if I get some of it off of the middle. Okay. I don't know that I'm going to sand the backs. I'm definitely not going to do it on this live because that will take too long. This has taken long enough. So just sanding off the edges. I said, you know what? Oh, Siberian cat. Oh, yes, you know all about. Cheryl's our go-to cat expert recently. She's working with a breeder. I might have done better with a stronger grit. I'm gonna swap this out. That one's a little used. Swap this out. Hopefully that's not shaking the table too much. I'm liking this already. Hey, one more.
And notice on the sample that was sent to, I think Karen sent you that picture. I think they used a more
Chunky,
rustic piece of
yeah.
wood.
It had ridges in it.
That's where it's dried out. It's more like a
Yeah.
barnwood. This is a newer pine or a fir, and so it didn't have the ridges in it that you can get on an older piece of wood.
Yeah, I'm gonna have sanding dust everywhere. I'm gonna stand up and get a little more leverage on this. That edge does not want to come off. That paint adhered really well. Or else I need heavier grit sandpaper. Get between those ears. Cheryl, is it all right for me to put a link for a cat? Sure. Sure. Cheryl is she is working on the website, working with a cat breeder. So she's going to put her little link. So if anybody's interested in Siberian cats, okay, so that's all the time I'm going to spend on that during the live. I might come back and do a little bit more sanding, but I want to get to the eyes that we're going to be working on. Okay, set those aside. I'm going to wash off my hands. And I'm going to get rid of some of this sawdust, sanding dust, paint dust, what have you. thankfully, we do not have any animal allergies. Okay, well, I'm all a black painty mess. That's okay. You know you're crafting when you're a painty mess. So here is, can you see those edges slightly sanded off? I may go in and do a little bit more on them, but we are going to put the eyes on. Joanne, you're back. The eyes. I could paint them on. You could paint them on, no problem. But I don't like, I can't get it smooth when I paint. So I like when I use my chalk and my silk screen to lay down the surface. So, but we don't have a transfer for cat eyes. So I'm going to use a masking technique and like create my own transfer for the eyes. So to do that, I need the shape of the eyes. So I cut out these little partial circles. I think I just used a medicine bottle. So I traced it out. So I did a circle and then I kind of, it's not completely a half circle. I don't know, it's cat eye shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a mask. So I'm using my wide painter's tape. So stay with me, see how this works. And I'm going to use one of my transfers and we'll see if I can get this to work. So I'm going to lay down the eyes pretty much how I want them to be. And I'm going to get out my Sharpie and I'm going to trace over them. Just where I want them. And now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut those eyes out. That's, oh, I better be careful. That's something that will land me in Facebook jail.
You wouldn't want that.
No. So I'm sorry, Facebook. I did not mean to incite violence against cats. So we are going to remove the oval, the ocular shaped openings. I'm just using my X-Acto knife, and the key is go slow, but go. If I go too slow, it comes out kind of choppy. Okay. So I've got that cut around, and then I'm going to peel the centerpiece up, and here I have, it's like a mask. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do with it. I need a screen that will accept my chalk paste. So I looked through all of my transfers and I found one that has a lot of open screen. So I found this one. It is single jar cutout. So this cutout, all of this is screen. So this is going to become my transfer. So I'm going to just lay this down on top of that screen. Get rid of that little piece. And voila, I have a silk screen area where I can chalk on the eyes. Okay, so let's get our paste ready. We're going to do something fancy here. We're going to do white eyes. So I'm going to take my chalk paste, give it a little stir, and we're going to do something extra special. So I'm going to take, I don't need a lot, I'm going to take my white paste. So this is chalk in paste form. So I'm going to put a little bit of it in my little tray, and I'm going to use my glow-in-the-dark paste, mix it in with that white so that at night these eyes will glow just like cats do. So I'm going to put, I want to use use too much, but I'm going to put some glow-in-the-dark paste there. And we're going to mix it up. So it will still be white. The glow-in-the-dark will mix in with that white. So I will basically have glow-in-the-dark white paste. So I mixed it up. Now, sadly, because it's daylight here, I'm not going to be able to show you the glow in the dark. But as soon as I'm done, I will take my phone and take a picture of it in a dark room and show you what it looks like. You'll just have to trust me until then. Okay, so I've got my paste ready. And let's do our big cat. So I'm going to keep this tape on here. I'm going to peel this off. There's not very much sticky, so I'm not going to fuzz this. But because there's not very much sticky, I'm going to have to hold it because there's not much for it to stick to. So I'm going to place where I want my cat's eyes. I'm going to push that down.
On that particular one, you could probably rub across where the top is, and it would help stick it down.
Yeah, but I'm just going to kind of be gentle, and I'm going to take my white and glow chalk paste, and I'm just going to...
I think you missed a word, Joanne.
I'm just going to chalk over it, and that is going to give me a beautiful surface that I can't get with a paintbrush. Peel that up. Woo! Look at that. Pretty cute.
It almost looks angry.
Well, maybe it is. Okay, so I'm gonna lay it back down on this one. That's kind of, you know what? I'm going to change this up. I have some extra ones here, so I'm gonna set that aside.
She used the word glow,
Uh-oh.
and it popped up the old glow in the dark information. So if you want the glow in the dark ink, type in glow, and
yeah.
you'll
I do not have a cart link for anything today. But if you're interested in any of these chalk supplies that I'm using, just comment that you want some information and I will get to you. And I'm putting this paper here because I don't want to get the eyes up there. Okay, same thing, not much is holding this on. So I am really just going to kind of hold it here. Scoop up my paste. Hold it in place. Same thing over here. And peel that up. Ooh, I have another ink.
Wearing sunglasses.
Kind of. Okay, and then let's put this one down. So I'm really just using the blank screen. And I'm making my own little mask. So I can chalk just those eyes. That makes sense? Do you have any questions about what I'm doing? Again, you can just paint them on. But this is something I wanted to try. As long as it's a simple shape and I have a transfer that has a bunch of open screen. Think. Cute, cute, cute. And that glows in the dark. Trust me. Okay, I'm going to put this down. Take those off. I'm not going to clean this just yet, so I'm just going to spray this with water so that paste stays damp. And I'm going to dry this up. to the eyes. You can kind of see from this one, they kind of look like dead eyes. But this one, they have that little, the center part of their eye. If a teardrop shape, I don't know, marquee diamond shape. That on. Right, and then we're going to dress these babies up a bit. Oh, now I'm going to get just a thin little paintbrush, and I'm just gonna use my black chalk paint, and I'm going to give them their little pupil. How does that look? Makes it look a little more realistic. Ooh. Can you see that? Just try to make them as symmetrical as possible. This is just with black chalk paint. And I'm just freehanding this, but you could certainly trace it out first.
And here, obviously I'm monitoring this on my phone as well as watching what you're doing, and I hear in the background Daisy shaking her head. You're not talking.
Okay, so we've got some eyeballs for our kitty cats. Well, I think here where that transfer, and I kind of put it down. I'm going to get my sanding block, and I'm just going to sand those away. Close enough. Okay, so in my picture, they were decorated with raffia. I don't know if you know my raffia story. Yeah, Duke and Daisy, they're here. I don't know if they'll come on camera. Usually I use I ought to bring it out. I have this bag of raffia, and it is just this hot mess. You open the bag, and it just explodes everywhere, and you can't get out just what you want. You have to pull half the bag out at a time. Somebody showed me on Amazon where you can get raffia ribbon in a roll. Look at how neat and tidy this is, but it works just the same as raffia. So we are going to give it, this kind of works, I don't know if that was the intent, this kind of works as whiskers. But like I said, I don't know if that was the intent. Okay, we're not done. We're still going to, I'm just tying this off. So I'm just doing this little belt of.
Patty says she just got hers yesterday.
Awesome.
I just put the link up for it, our Amazon link.
Okay.
So that people can see that.
Okay. When you pull it, it kind of goes.
Twin, so she doesn't know if she wants those staring at her all night.
Glow in the dark too. Okay, same thing here. We're just gonna wrap this around 3 or 4 times. Okay, note to self, don't pull it so tight because it will break. This would be adorable for wrapping packages, this raffia. Okay, not so tight. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna do more. Don't worry, we're not finished.
I'm worried we're not finished. I'm worried we're not finished.
Just keep on worrying.
I'm so concerned. You believe me?
I'm not sure if I do. Okay, don't pull too tight. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to make some little bows out of the raffia. So I'm going to cut that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap around 3, 4. There we go. Okay, so I just made like 4 great big loops. And then I'm going to, with this little piece, I'm going to tie it together. Like that.
Now hold that up to
Okay.
above camera so you can.
Okay, so it's just, I just made like 4 loops, and then I took another short piece and tied it in the middle. And now I'm going to take this and attach it here. I could do this with glue. I might go back and add some glue. And I'm going to trim these little pieces off. So there's one little kitty. What do you think? Cute, cute, cute. Okay, let's do another one. So again, to make this little bow, I'm just going to, I could wrap it around something, but I'm just going to kind of go back and forth. Three, 4. Okay, I'm going to trim that off. I need a little section to tie. Not too tight because you'll break it. Okay, good. You ordered the raffia. What colors did you order? It is so much neater than the bag of raffia. Next time I use this, I'll have to bring the bag out and you can see what I'm talking about. Trim these guys. There's our next little kitty cat. And same thing again. I'm going to start with my little tie. 3 or 4 loops.
Oh, she ordered the bundle that I.
Oh, the one that
green, red, and
yeah.
Natural.
Good. Those are good. Those are good colors. Those can be for autumn into Christmas easily. Okay, so bow. Tie it in the center. Cinch it up in the center. Good thing about raffia bows is they don't have to be perfect. They can be kind of wonky.
I'm good at wonky.
We're good at wonky. Okay. And
Who's that wonky donkey? Who did that?
Wonky donkey. Jackie.
That was Jackie.
Jackie.
That's right.
She's talking about reading a book to her grandchildren. She was
Wonky
reading The Wonky Donkey. Okay, that wants to spin. and trim and trim, and we are doing good on time. Okay, so here we go. Let me look up. Okay, are you overhead? No, you're up above. Okay, so let me stick these here. And if you do it on wide enough wood, they will stand up so they can sit on a shelf. So tell me, how did I do? How
Your
did
bows are
I
going
do? Needs a little more sanding. These are a lot more rustic looking, so I'll probably go back in with some more sandpaper and sand those up. But I bet you anything, these eyes don't glow in the dark like my kitty cats do. So, what do you think? Do we like? Do we like? Okay, I'm going to clean up this transfer. I have just a couple of minutes. I want to make sure I show you how to do this. So I'm going to take my water, spray it. I just want to get that paste out of the screen. And so I start with, this is a Swedish dishcloth. You could just use a paper towel. And I just use this to get the initial layer off. And now I'm going to use my board eraser, which is like a magic eraser, but no chemicals. And this is going to clean out the rest of the paste out of that screen. So I want to do both sides because that paste will travel to the back. Okay. And when my screen is clean of paste, I'm just going to let that air dry. I'll stick it back on its backer sheet, put it back in its little plastic house, and it will be ready to be reused over and over and over again, 10 to 12 times, guaranteed by the company. Okay, so I showed you how to clean that, and we made our darling little cats. I am going to go in and sand them a little bit more, and I'm going to go into a dark room and show you that how well they glow in the dark. What do you think? Do you like them? I hope so. So let me pose with my kitties. And thank you so much for joining us on our segment of Craft Around the Clock. Please follow us at Raincross Farms Makery. We do lives several times a week. So when you're not watching Craft Around the Clock, pop on and check out some of our replays. And the next hostess up is Art and Grace. So I hope you enjoy what they have to offer for you for the next 45 minutes. But go and make yourself some cats and send me some photos. I want to see what yours look like. And enjoy the rest of your week. Again, thanks so much for joining us. If you have any questions or need any assistance from me, just mention it in the comments. I'll monitor the comments, even if you're watching the replay. So thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you on Craft Around the Clock again next week, and on Raincross Farms Makery probably tomorrow. So have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.